Good morning all of you. In the last session, means in the session number 3, I have started the highway development and planning, and I have completed the road types and classification of roads. And in today's class, I am going to explain or I am going to teach road patterns. Okay, road patterns. This is one of the important topic for your examination. Road patterns. Okay, basically there are about 6 types of road patterns. Basically there are about 6 types of road patterns. Okay, number 1, it is rectangular or block pattern. Rectangular or block pattern. Number 2, it is radial or star and block pattern Number 3, it is radial or star and it is block pattern and it is circular pattern. Number 4, it is radial or star and grid pattern. And number 5, it is hexagonal pattern. And number 6, it is minimum travel pattern. So basically there are about 6 types of road patterns. One, it is rectangular pattern or block pattern. Another is a radial or star and block pattern, radial and circular pattern, and fourth one it is radial and grid pattern, and fifth one is hexagonal pattern, and sixth one is minimum travel pattern. So in addition to these 6 types, there are other patterns too. No pattern is perfect. Each pattern has its own advantages and disadvantages. Usually the type of road pattern to be provided is depend on 4 factors. The type of road pattern to be provided depend on 4 factors. Okay, the factors in which the road pattern to be provided depend on: number 1, it is locality. What type of locality it is? So locality. Second one, it is layout of towns and villages. What type of layout it is? Okay, layout of towns and villages. And third one, it is production centers. And fourth one, it is choice of engineer who planning the road system. Means what pattern need to be provided in the respected area or in the specified area. It is depend on these 4 factors. One, it is locality, another is the layout of the towns and villages. Production tensor, what type of production, is there agricultural production or it may be industrial production in the respected area. Okay, that is nothing but production centers. Then choice of engineer who planning the road system. Based on these 4 factors, okay, the type of pattern need to be provided in the specified area will be chosen. Okay, next I will come to one by one. The first one is a rectangular pattern. See here, this is the rectangular pattern. What I am showing that now in the rectangular black side. This is the rectangular pattern. You may observe here, the whole area will be divided into number of rectangular plots. And in each streets will be intersected right angles. In each street intersected right angles means the whole area divided into number of rectangular plots. So in such a way that each street intersect at right angles. and particularly this type of road pattern will be available or adopted for city roads, and the construction and maintenance of this type of roads is quite easy. Okay, it's a rectangular block, no, the construction and maintenance of this type of road pattern is quite easy, but for traffic operation this is not suitable. This is not convenient for traffic operation. What will happen means, so okay, as the roads are intersect at right angles, okay, it difficult for traffic congestion, means the vehicles will be face each other. Okay, the vehicles may face each other, there may be, it is difficulty for traffic operation. The best example for this rectangular pattern, it is Chandigarh city. Chandigarh city is an example for this rectangular pattern. There the whole area is divided into number of rectangular plots. Okay, that is the rectangular pattern or block pattern number 1. Second one, it is radial or star and block pattern. You may observe here, this is the radial and block pattern. In this, what happened, the entire area is divided into number of network of roads. Those roads will be radiating outward from the main business area or the central business area. So the network of roads will be radiating outward from the central business area. Okay, and within those radiating roads, the built up area may be developed in terms of rectangular pattern. The built up area may be developed in terms of rectangular pattern. You may observe here, this is one of the radial road, another radial road. Between these two radial roads, the built up area may be developed in terms of rectangular pattern. Is it clear? And this is the radial and block pattern. Okay, the next one, it is radial or star and circular pattern. This one, radial or star and circular pattern. What will happen? See here, in this, again the entire area is divided into number of network of roads radiating outward from the main business area. These are the radial roads radiating out from the main business area, and those radial roads in terms connected by ring roads or concentric roads. See here, radial roads will be connected by ring roads. Radial roads are connected by ring roads. Okay, that's why it is radial and circular pattern. Okay, the entire area divided into network of roads radiating outward from the main business area, and those radial roads in turn connected by the ring roads. See here, in this there is a most disadvantages. There is an noise and air pollution and also congestion in the main business area. As the radial roads is connected to the ring roads, no, there may be huge congestion of traffic and noise and air pollution in the main business area. This is one of the major disadvantage of circular pattern. Okay, Bangalore city and Chennai city were planned on this system. Bangalore city and Chennai city was planned on this radial and circular pattern. Okay, next it is hexagonal pattern. Next it is radial or grid pattern. The fourth one, it is radial and grid pattern. You may observe here, so the entire area is divided into network of roads. Those roads will be radiating outward from the main business area. Radiating outward from the main, MBA means main business area. So outward from the main business area, and those radial roads will be connected by grid roads. Those radial roads will be connected by grids. That's why it is radial and grid pattern. And so in the first 20-year road development plan, that is called Nagpur plan, no, the Nagpur plan for assessing the road length of different categories, okay, they have prepared some of the formulas, and those formula will be based on this pattern only, assumption of this pattern. Okay, by the assumption of radial and grid pattern, okay, the Nagpur plan formula was prepared to assess the road length of various categories. Okay, these are the 4 types of roads, or we can say road patterns. Okay, 2 more patterns are, the 5th one is hexagonal pattern and the 6th one is minimum travel pattern. You may observe here, this is the hexagonal pattern. Here at the each corner of the hexagon there is 3 roads will be meet the built up area. At each corner of the hexagon you may observe here 3 roads will be meet the built up area. Okay, this is the hexagonal pattern. Next it is minimum travel pattern. It is the 6th one, it is a minimum travel pattern. Here to reach the cities from the sector center, suburban center and neighborhood center. So this pattern will took the minimum travel to reach the city center. Okay, to reach the city center from the suburban center, neighborhood center and sector center, it requires a minimum travel. Okay, that's why it is minimum travel pattern. Minimum travel pattern. Okay, this is regarding the road patterns. This is regarding the road patterns. Okay, that's very important in point of examination. With the figure we have to explain the patterns. Is it clear? The next topic is road planning surveys. Next topic it is road planning surveys. Road planning surveys. Okay. Road planning surveys. So before gone to definition of planning surveys, okay, I'll take up what are the objectives of road planning. What are the objectives of road planning? Basically there are 2 objectives for a planning engineer. The first one it is to assess the road length requirement. To assess the road length requirement for a specified area, which may be a district or state or the whole country. Means the first objective for planning a road, it is to assess the road length requirement for a specified area, which may be a district, state or the whole country. The second one it is to prepare a master plan. To prepare a master plan showing the pacing of road development or the pacing of road system. Pacing of road system. So these are the 2 objectives should be kept in mind for the road planning engineer. The first objective is to assess the road length requirement for a specified area, which may be district, state or the whole country. The second objective is to prepare a master plan showing the pacing of the road program. Okay, see here, to achieve the first objective, means to assess the road length requirement for a specified area, there are several field surveys need to be conducted to collect the data. The several field surveys need to be required to collect the data. So the field surveys required to collect the actual data to assess the road length requirement, that type of surveys are called, okay, planning surveys. The type of surveys are called planning surveys. Is it clear? So to assess the road length requirement, they are going to conduct some field surveys. No, the field surveys required for the collection of factual data to assess the road length requirement, that is called planning surveys. Okay, and what do you mean by master plan? What do you mean by master plan? So the master plan is the final plan is ready to be taken up in the proposed area. Master plan is the final plan is ready to be taken up in the proposed area. There is no more changes. That is called master plan. Usually in the master plan, there will be showing of a new network of roads or existing of improvement of existing road networks will be shown in the master plan or will be proposed in the master plan. Some of the new road networks and also some of the improvements of existing road network is also proposed in the master plan. Okay, that is regarding the planning surveys. Okay, so what are the studies will be undergone in the planning surveys? What are the studies will be undergone in the planning surveys? Planning surveys. Okay, as I told earlier, planning surveys means the field surveys need to be conducted to collect the actual data, or we can call as factual data. So that type of surveys are planning surveys. Usually the surveys are conducted based on this type of studies cannot be wrong. Which cannot be wrong because that reflect to the actual site condition. That reflect to the actual site conditions. Okay, there are 4 studies will be undergone in the planning surveys. The first one it is economic studies. First one it is economic studies. Second one it is financial studies. Third one it is topographical study. Topographical studies, and fourth one it is engineering studies. Okay, this topographical studies also called, we can call as traffic studies, also called, instead of topographical study we can call as traffic studies. These are the 4 types of studies undergone in the planning surveys while conducting the field surveys: economic studies, financial studies, traffic studies, engineering studies. Then in the economic studies, what are the details need to be collected? The first one it is the population details, the distribution of population along the towns, villages and other sector centers. Okay, then the trend of population growth, then the present practices of agricultural, okay, and what is the possible future improvements in the agricultural production. Then present industry in the locality, what is the future trends for the industries, and per capita income of the person, per capita income of the locality. Then what are the present facilities for agricultural, recreational, educational, communicational and for commercial activities, and what is the possible improvements of those facilities. Okay, these all data need to be collected in the economic studies. Okay, that is population study, trend of population growth, present agricultural development in the area and possible future improvements, present industries in the area and possible future trends, and per capita income of the area, present agricultural, educational, recreational, commercial and communicational facilities in the area and possible future improvements in those facilities. Okay, those data need to be collected in the economic studies. Okay, in the financial studies we have to collect the data like what is the source of income for the states and centers from the tax collected, that we have to study, and the living standards of the people in the respected area, we can say lifestyle of the peoples in the respected area. Then what may be the improvements in the living standard or lifestyle in the respected area. These are the data need to be collected in the financial studies. What are those? Number 1, the source of income for the states and centers from the tax collected, and second one is living standards of the locality, then possible improvements in the living standards or lifestyle of the peoples in the respective locality, that have to be collected in the financial studies. Next, in the traffic studies, okay, usually in this study you have collected data like existing traffic, their traffic volume and traffic flow pattern, and what is the time of journey, and what is the accident in the respected locality, okay, and what is the future increase of traffic or their volume, and the traffic flow pattern future expansion. Okay, that you have to study in the traffic studies. Okay, existing traffic, their volume, time of journey, traffic flow pattern and the distribution, and future improvements in the growth of traffic rate. okay, that you have to studies in the traffic studies. The next one is engineering studies. In this we have to studies what type of locality, that is topography of the soil. Okay, that is called soil survey, you can call as. Okay, soil survey have to conducted that, and there the materials for construction or maintenance work and labor available for construction, that you have to studies in the engineering studies. Means what type of topography in the respected locality and what type of soil is there in the respected locality, and what type of materials are available for the construction, and for maintenance work how the thing is, and what kind of labors are available for the construction. Okay, these are the things we are going to study in the, or you are going to collect it in the engineering studies. Okay, this is regarding the planning surveys. This is regarding the planning surveys. Okay.